Howdy, y'all. It is that time again. I'm going to share my personal journey, what I've been up to for the last week. And this is the week of October the 8th until October the 14th. So let's get started. I have a few buddies here this morning. It's raining outside, so they can't go outside. Although that doesn't stop Howard from asking. Okay, so starting on Friday, this is October the 8th. We had a partly cloudy day with a high in the mid 80s and a low in the mid 50s. Really busy day today. I got up early and I got ready to go to town. I dropped off Slim at his cousin's house and I headed out to go shopping. Not only did I get our weekly supplies, I also got 4 concrete pads and some grip tape to fix V's steps with. I had a pretty good shop. I got everything on my list, including a couple of specialties that I thought I'd have to go to Texarkana for. But luckily, Walmart had grip tape, and although I had to go to Bailey's, I was able to get the concrete pads at a good price. They were only around $2 each. Now we have all we need for next week and to fix V's steps. I loaded up all the supplies that Slim would need after I unloaded the groceries, his saw, the lumber and nails, a level, etc. And we went and met the guys at the roadside park. And then I went straight over to V's after work. So I had dropped him off at his cousin's house and he rode with him to work. And then I kept our vehicle to go and do all of this kind of stuff. Okay, so although it took some work to get the ground level and the pads placed, then Slim added a top step and we cleaned the steps and applied the grip tape. They are much sturdier, but they still need a little work. But we lost the light, so we will go back tomorrow and finish up. V and Mimi and the twins had been shopping and they were busy decorating and cleaning up, and it looks so good. It really does. It's looking great in there, you guys. She's gonna make that place the most beautiful, cozy little home. Okay, this is I got our Halloween pumpkins today. I found a couple of nice ones with no mold. Okay, the last time I went pumpkin shopping, they had some kind of weird moldy stuff on them. So Saturday, it was breezy and nice. It was a high in the mid 80s and a low in the mid 50s. It's kind of what it was all week, I think. I got around this morning and I got stuff together to go finish V's steps. I'm also taking a small table and some Hercules hooks for hanging stuff on the walls without damaging the sheetrock. We also took a large bucket of sand and a large bucket of gravel to put under and in front of the steps and some rubber doormats that I'd had around but I wasn't really using. The ground right in front of the steps is uneven and muddy, but we got all the stuff we need to make it better, and Slim is going to put on a couple of more boards to steady and brace the steps so that they don't wobble. I'm trying to get the not block our light here. So happy with the finished steps. They are all safe and sound. Also took some food to the new place, just some tuna salad and some chicken salad and crackers and a bottle of red wine. V hasn't had time to stock the kitchen yet, and I didn't want her to go too long working without eating. I know she takes care of everybody, but like most carers, she often doesn't take as good care of herself as she should. Got back just in time to receive delivery of a twin bed for the back room. It's a little crowded back there, but not too bad. And if I have a guest stay all night, then they'll have a real bed. After Brian brought the bed, Slim and Brian sighted in Brian's new gun. He'd had it for a while, but he hadn't got a chance to go to the range and sight it in yet. And we don't really mind when someone wants to come out here for target practice. And it's the least we could do for the bed. Let's see. And this says here, the cats loved the new bed. They were all over it, sniffing it. And then they all took naps on it. And that's true. They did. And they're all kind of pouting today because it's a rainy day outside. Let me show you guys. I'll just show you real quick the twin size bed back here. I showed you this room when I had got it kind of rearranged and set up a little bit. But now it's got this twin bed in it. And, it will look better when I think I'm going to get like matching twin size bed sets, like the bed in the bag with the comforter and the pillow shams and everything. And like make the couch and the bed kind of match like a day bed and a couch. That's a futon that's just got a bunch of bedding on it. So it's real basic. But if someone comes to stay the night, then they'll have this little room. I can offer them this little room. Uh, and this bed will be much, much more comfortable than this futon. Even with the extra additional, like memory foam mattress on the futon, it's still terrible. So this will be better. And also, over here, as our lovely Vince is demonstrating, I have put the sewing machine. Thank you, Vince. Thanks for your demonstration. Jump down now. I've put the sewing machine here, and I found a little cover for it. This is just a pillow sham that I had. And so this is the wonderful sewing machine that Voon gave me. And I'm going to get an extension cord because there's no plug on this wall. There's a plug over there, though. I'm going to get an extension cord, and I think, later I'm going to get a taller table and a better chair and everything. This is a little bit low, but I kind of like sitting low. So I'm going to try this out. And yeah, so I've got my sewing machine in here right next to my crafty closet that I've got all, organized and everything. And then I've got my guest bed. And it happens that this window is the best signal in the house. So you can come in here and sit right here and get pretty good signal. So this room's kind of thrown together, but it was just an empty room. And now it's kind of a guest room slash craft room. And our lovely Vince is demonstrating the sewing machine yet again. Thank you, Vince. Appreciate that. Okay, so yeah, I just wanted to show you how that bed was situated in here. And like I said, it will look better whenever I get the matching stuff. Blankets and pillow shams and stuff, I think. Anyway, let's go back to the journal. Okay, here we are. Now we're going to move on to Sunday, October the 10th. It was partly cloudy, and we had a high in the mid 80s and a low in the low 60s. And I drew the sun a little bit different because whenever I was driving that evening, I saw the sunset, and it was so beautiful, and it kind of looked like that. So, okay, so I got up and got ready to go and see Forrest. It's a long drive, 2 hours each way, and I wanted to get going, but I'm not a morning person, and it was later than I had hoped when I finally left just before 10 a.m. I had to stop and get gas, blah, blah, blah. Finally, I arrived in Arkadelphia around noon. I love that, the name of that town, Arkadelphia. There it is, Arkadelphia. It's like Arkansas's Delphi. It's a real pretty name. It's just a plain town. This is a college town, but it's nice. It's pretty good. But I love that name, Arkadelphia. Had a great visit. The kids seemed tired from their trip, but pleased that they had gone, and they're already planning another trip. Portia was so happy to be with them. You can tell she missed them while they were gone. And Kaylee said that if they'd taken her with them, then she wouldn't have wanted to come back because she missed her fur baby. And Portia had a bee costume for Halloween. And it was so cute. And she didn't want to take it off, even though it was making her so hot she was panting. Oh, I love their little puppy. I'm not really a dog person, but I really like Portia. She's a sweetheart. Forrest got my phone stuff all done, so I'm all set with my new phone and my smartwatch. It's going to take me a little while to figure everything out, but I'm very pleased. I'm so glad he did it for me because I would have made a mess of it. I'm not very good at that stuff. I had to take a detour on the way back. There was an accident involving two big trucks, and traffic was backed up for miles. They detoured us to a frontage road, and I saw the wreck. There were busted boxes of what looked like office supplies strewn everywhere. I got this little side note here. that says, Forrest and Kaylee and I went out for Chinese while my phone was processing. Hey, Naboo. And when we got back, it was all ready to go. And then he set it up for me, and he even put a picture of me and Slim on my smartphone so that I see it every time I look at the time. Yes, and look, I'll show you guys. Look, there it is. There we are. I love it. I really love it. Thanks, Belinda. Okay, you need to get down, mister. Thank you. Okay, now moving on to Monday. So, Monday, it was a thunderstorm with high winds. We had a heck of a storm. The high was in the upper 70s and the low was in the upper 50s with high winds and thunderstorms. It stormed last night and we had high winds, but nothing major. I felt sorry for the cows though. Willow was under the house, I'm sure. They were calling for tornadoes to the north of us, but we didn't get any major damage in our area. Got a lot of housework to catch up on today. I was so busy this weekend, I didn't get a chance to do much at the house. Also, I want to try and do a video on my new phone. I've got a big package from Voon, and so I'm thinking unboxing video. Oh, my body hurts today. All that driving and working is catching up to me, and luckily, I remembered to wear my compression socks so my feet and legs didn't swell up, and they're not hurting, but my joints are killing me. That usually happens after a long drive, but usually my feet and legs are really swollen, and the compression socks really make a difference. Um, I opened my package from Voon, and not only was there a like new sewing machine, she included lots of thread and some practice material too, along with the instructions. And now I'm all set. I can't wait to try it out. I didn't put it back in the box when I got finished opening it. I put it on a table in the back room and covered it with a drop cloth so it won't get dusty. The table's a little low, but I don't mind that. I just need to get an extension cord and I'll be ready to sew up a storm. So I just showed y'all that in the back room how I've got that sewing machine going on. So Voon's package really made my day and lifted my spirits. Thank you, Voon. And you can tell in my journal, all up until I opened the package, um, I was feeling down. I was hurting and just, I wasn't having a good day. And then I got my new sewing machine from my wonderful friend Voon, and it really lifted my spirits. It made me really excited about thinking about new crafty projects. Okay, so Tuesday, this was October the 12th, and it rained. We had a high in the mid 70s and a low in the low 60s. The morning was overcast, and I knew it was going to rain today, so I let the cats out early just after feeding Willow so they could stretch their legs and get some fresh air before being cooped up for another long rainy afternoon. I went out with them with my new phone camera looking for mushrooms. This is my mushroom buddy right there. He loves hunting mushrooms with me. Naboo is a big mushroom hunter. Okay, so Slim told me that there were some nice ones under the hibiscus tree, and he was right. There were some very large and interesting clumps of mushrooms in the yard today, and a few brave flowers left. After our little mushroom yard tour, the cats came on back inside with me really well. I think they could tell it was going to rain too. As soon as we all got inside and I hung up the rugs over the porch railing, it started raining. Um, a little distant thunder, but no high winds. It was a nice rain. Feeling kind of lazy today. I did some household chores, but I didn't really feel like starting any major project today. So I'm still a bit achy in my bones, and the rainy weather doesn't help. So I'm pretty much just laying around with these cats, trying to figure out all the stuff on my new phone. And I've got loads of memory, so I'm thinking about downloading a game. The whole time I was filming mushrooms, Naboo was with me smelling everything. He was. He was following me around smelling every mushroom I filmed. Okay, Wednesday. This was my weigh-in Wednesday because I decided to do weigh-ins only on the second Wednesday of the month. So this was it. And on this Wednesday, it was, let's see, this was October the 13th. It was cloudy with a high in the mid 70s and a low in the mid 60s. Woke up to the sound of Naboo yakking up in the living room carpet. He's fine. It was just a hairball. But I'd never heard him do that before. He's not ever been sick like that before. And Marina and Norma do it because of Norma's hair. They do it pretty regularly. And I give them special little treats to help with hairballs, so I'm going to have to start giving them to him too. I'd never heard him do that before, and I was a little concerned. He's fine. He's just been grooming his brother a little bit too much. So today was my monthly weigh in, and I'm still maintaining at 194.4 pounds. I was thinking I'd be up a couple pounds because I've been having a little something sweet now and then, but it doesn't appear to make a big difference. On 9/8/21, I was 194.2 pounds, which is over a month ago. So even though I'm not losing, I'm pleased because I'm doing the same now as when I was fasting and restricting and exercising, but I'm eating what I want within reason. Little Willow is seeming a bit more shy the last few days. He may have been in a fight with another cat or a wild animal. Hey, buddy. Hey, this is my helper. He's always helping his mama. He always wants to make sure if I need a hand, then I have somebody to help me out. I appreciate it, buddy. I do. You need to get down now. Come on. Come on. I know. He refused. He just refused. See, they just run all over me. They do whatever they want. Oh, here we go. So yeah, that was over a month, and I am eating pretty much what I want within reason, and I'm still not gaining any weight. So I'm really happy with that. And here I'm talking about Willow is seeming a bit more shy. I think he might have been in a fight with another cat or maybe a wild animal. He seems a bit more nervous than usual. So I've been sitting close and talking to him when he eats. And he's calmed down over the past couple of days since I wrote that. He started coming around a little bit more, but he was really standoffish. And it may be Howard. You know, Howard is mean to him. I try to keep him from going over there and bothering him, but he's mean. I downloaded a super fun game on my phone called Lily's Garden. I love it. You do puzzles and you fix up a garden, and it has a cute storyline. I stayed up until 1 a.m. playing it last night. It was so addictive. I really do like that game, Lily's Garden. If you like puzzles like Candy Crush or Tetris type matching puzzles, and you like gardening, that is a great game. It's a great time filler. It's very addictive. I found another game that I like, and I think I'll like, called Penny and Flow. So that's next. So I'm going to download Penny and Flow the next time I get decent signal in order to do so. I really need a Wi-Fi connection to download a game. Okay, so let's move on to Thursday, the 14th of October. It was a rainy day with a high in the low 80s and a low in the high 60s. Woke up this morning to the sound of thunder and pouring rain and Howard's tiny voice squeaking at 4 a.m. I don't know what to do about him. Waking us up like that, he would not stop begging to go outside. And a thunderstorm was raging out there. He had to spend a couple hours in his crate in the laundry room. I just can't sleep through or ignore his tiny squeaky voice. It's terrible, you guys. I don't know what to do about that man. I do not know what to do about Howard. Oh my God. Every morning at 4 in the morning, his tiny baby, tiny squeak is relentless. So Slim got rained out today, and he gets to stay home with me. He's sleeping in, which is unusual. It's afternoon, and he's still sleeping good. I'm doing my best to keep these cats quiet so he can catch up on some rest. He works so hard, and he rarely gets 8 full hours of sleep. Honestly, I don't know how he does it. But I used to do it too. I mean, you just do what you got to do. But yeah, I was glad he got a little extra sleep that morning when he got rained out. I put on a beef stew in the slow cooker about 5 p.m., and I'm going to let it cook all night. I'll send it for their lunches tomorrow, and we can have it for supper tomorrow night, and I won't have to cook on Friday night, except maybe for some cornbread. And we worked on our pumpkins this evening, and I got a pattern picked out on mine, and Slim has drawn his pattern on his too, and we will probably carve them this weekend. Mine is an owl, and his is Quark. Oh, okay, so let me show you. They're just sitting right here. So let me show you. So mine is just a typical pattern I got out of the book. I taped it onto the pumpkin. I use this little tool right here. It's a little, rolly tool. You roll it and it punctures holes. So you just roll it around the pattern. You can see the little holes I've punched in there. You just roll it around the pattern, and then when I take the paper off, there will be that little punched hole pattern, and it tells you in what order to cut them out. Like you do the beak and the pupils of the eye first, then you do the eye next, and then you do this is also next, these little pieces, and then you do the big part is the third and last part that you cut out. So that's what mine's going to look like when it gets done. Now here is Slim's. If you are a Star Trek fan, you may recognize this alien as Quark the Ferengi off Deep Space Nine. Okay, so he's got a little, this is something that's wrong with the pumpkin skin, but he's going to carve all the skin off anyway, so that doesn't really matter. But you can kind of see Quark there. He has a crazy forehead, gigantic ears, a weird ridged nose. Yeah, so that's going to be very interesting to see. He always is so ambitious with his Halloween pumpkins. Y'all may remember the one from last year was Pennywise the Clown. Turned out fantastic. But I'm never that ambitious. I always do something simple, and I want it as a light on the porch, so I try to do one that's kind of simple that I know that I can do pretty good, and he always does something really amazing and artistic. So I cannot wait to see how Quark turns out. And he's only got a couple of weeks until Halloween, so he's going to be in kind of a push to get this done after work. So that's our pumpkins. And mine, as I was working on it, I noticed that it had kind of a soft spot on the back. So I put some duct tape on it. It's not really soft. I just wanted to protect it so I wouldn't like put my finger through it or something on accident while I was trying to carve it. So yeah, mine had a boo-boo and it got a Band-Aid. So yeah, that's our pumpkins. And that's all that it says here is that my pumpkin had a soft spot, and I put some duct tape on it. So that's what I just showed you. So yeah, Quark. That ought to be interesting. I can't wait to see what he does with that. And then my little Hootie Owl. I was going to do the cat one, but it was really similar, if not exactly the same as the one I did last year. So that's it for my journal. And I'm really glad you joined me, and I hope y'all have a great weekend. And until next time, y'all be sweet.